So Joe, you have your own media company. Is that
Yes.
right? Joe Haas.
JoeHaasMedia.com.
.com. Okay, great. Look it up. It's on the web.
Yes.
And how did you learn about cameras? Did you go to film school?
I did not go to film school. I did go to school for broadcasting, so I had some exposure to it there, and in terms of electronic news gathering and things like that, and using a camera and such. But I didn't really start getting into more thought into it until I started shooting photos, and then I started concentrating on composition a lot more, movement, etc. in the photos. And then when you have a moving medium like video to work with, it's just like, whoa, this is cool. I can use all these same principles, and a whole lot of trial and error along the way, and playing with buttons.
Yeah, ever since I met Joe, my first Joe, I was 19, coming in from college, and Joe has had a camera on him at all times. So it's been interesting, like I mentioned before, to see him progress. It's, I don't know, it's cool. It's cool to see his work.
So what are some quick tips that you can tell someone about using a DSLR? Because it seems like it's so easy to use them, but I know it's not as easy as it looks, and there's a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, use stabilization of some sort, whether that be a shoulder mount or a tripod. That's key. And get to know the relationship between your f-stop and your shutter speed, and what that does to your depth of field, and what that does to the way it looks. So figure all that stuff out. Don't use anything automatic. Because you never know what you're gonna get with that. That's for sure. And what else with DSLRs? I really like the shoulder mounts for the DSLRs. They're great because you can do photos and videos, but I do think that 4K resolution will be it already is pretty accessible, and I think pretty soon you're going to be able to get a full-blown 4K camera for a couple $1,000s probably. So.
Hopefully so.
And then invest money in lenses, really get some glass, to get down to 2.8 if you're intending that effect. It's really nice to have that flexibility, especially in situations where you don't have a lot of light and you can't jack the ISO up,
Do you have any tips for making it not look so grainy at night, or just that lens is?
Yeah, not grainy at night. Get more light. That would be my number one tip.
Find a full moon.
And make sure your ISO is not on automatic. Yeah.
That was awesome.
And so your media company, when did that happen, and was that always something you were going to do once you left college?
Well, I just kind of like doing it, and I just believe you kind of got to do what you like to do. And so, and plus all the learning that was going on with it, and plus technology and computers and software, it was all very fun to pick up. So it kind of just progressed naturally. I don't know if it was really a conscious decision at all, but I just liked doing it. Work was improving, and I was paying the bills with it, so it just kind of naturally goes on as long as you invest back into what you're doing.
So whatever you would make, you would then buy more equipment?
Yeah, just a little better this, a little better that, one of these, some more of those, that kind of stuff,